If you are feeling stuck because you are waiting on more clarity before you make a move, this episode is for you. Because what if the thing that you need is the very thing that's keeping you stuck right now? Today, we're going to talk about 3 lies that people believe about clarity and how they lead to overthinking. So let's get right into it. The first lie is that confusion is safer than commitment. I am not clear yet. I don't have all the answers yet. I am still working on it. I need more time. Sometimes confusion turns out to be a cover for the fear of commitment. Just like I've done many times in my life, you've probably told yourself that you needed more time to figure things out. But in reality, you were afraid of what that commitment would require you to do. There's a certain level of effort that goes into committing something. When you commit to something, that means you actually have to stick with it and you actually have to do the thing and produce the results. It could be an identity shift that's required from that commitment. When you commit to something, that might require you to change, that might require you to develop new habits or to develop new daily routines or some level of consistency and discipline. It's a very scary thing. Then there is the possibility that you're going to fail. There's a possibility that you might not get what you want. There's a possibility that things will not work out. So all of these things are things that we would rather choose to be confused about than to actually be clear about and take action on. Think of someone who wants to work out and who wants to build more muscle or get into better shape. They decide that they're going to go to a gym, but instead of walking in, they're going to stand outside and then they're going to tell themselves, I'm just not ready yet, and go back home. So they do that every single day for weeks and weeks and weeks. And guess what happens? They never build a single muscle. They never get into any good shape. And they never get the benefits of that gym because they're waiting for 100% clarity on whether or not it's going to work or whether or not they have the ability to do it, rather than going inside and getting started. I know what that person is going through because I have had things in my life and opportunities in my life where I have been scared. It's not necessarily that I wanted to be 100% certain, but it's because I didn't feel confident and I was confused and scared about what the outcome is going to be. So there are things that I too procrastinated in my life. You are not confused. You might just be scared, and that's okay. Changing that mental thinking and starting to think of it in that way can really help you. Understanding that it's okay to feel scared. Don't hide behind the fact that you're just confused and don't know what to do. Sometimes you have to lean into that and realize that a lot of people feel the same way that you do. They feel scared as well when they try things for the first time. Even people who have been doing things for years and years still feel scared when they do those things. But the thing that separates the people that get results and the people that don't is that they still do it despite feeling those emotions. If you're getting value from this content and learning something that is improving your life today, subscribe for more episodes like this in the future. Let's get back into it. Which brings us into lie number 2, and that is more thinking equals better decisions. If you just think a little bit longer, if you take a little bit more time, things are going to become magically clear and you're going to figure it out. Thinking past a certain point is a smokescreen for fear. After a certain level of thinking, you're just procrastinating it at that point and you're just making that decision worse for yourself. There is a point where a decision is as good as it's ever going to get, and you just need to take that decision and execute on it. And I call it the 80% rule. The 80% rule is something I've talked about a lot. And if I'm facing a decision or I need to decide on something, if I can get 80% of the way there, I take the 80% and execute on the 80%. The other 20% will come after execution. Clarity on that 20% will come. Chasing that 20% is what's going to make you procrastinate for months and years on a certain thing, because that 20% sometimes is not possible to get unless you actually make the decision so you can get the data and the results. The dangerous thing about that 20% is that you go into the loop of analyzing. You over-research. spend tons and tons of hours over researching. You ask way too many questions to way too many people. You might get opinions from 5 people, and then guess what? You need opinions on those 5 people's opinions. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that you start chasing. Meanwhile, you're still not making that decision. The truth is, most of the time, you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself, so you end up pretending to be more confused. You end up choosing to be confused. Think about that. You're choosing to be confused because you'd rather lean on the disguise of being confused rather than lean into the comfort of making a decision you're not 100% sure on and seeing what comes out of that decision. Think of a cup or a bowl with muddy water, and you're looking at it, you're staring at it, you want to make that water clear. So you start to stare it, and you keep staring. You keep staring over and over and over again, hoping that the more you stir the muddy water, the more clear it's going to get. It's not going to happen. That muddy water is always going to stay that way, and you're just going to keep staring over and over again, and just wasting a lot of time. What you need to do is empty that bowl, empty that cup, and you need to fill it up with clear water and actually move forward. Overthinking in this way feels very productive, feels very addictive. It feels like you're actually doing something. That's the dangerous thing about it. It feels like you're making progress just ingesting information, reading books, listening to podcasts, talking to this person, that person, looking at this strategy, that strategy, comparing different things, charting out different things. It makes you feel like you're being productive. And then guess what? You look down the road, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you still haven't built the business. You still haven't started the YouTube channel. You still haven't started the podcast. You still haven't started that side hustle. But you know a lot about it. You have a lot of theory about it, but zero execution. That's the danger of not making decisions when you need to make them. Going into line number 3, which is there's a right answer to a decision. There's a perfect decision and you just haven't found it yet. The truth is, there's no guarantees. The best decision that you can take is the one that you commit to. One of my favorite quotes is from Brandon Sanderson, who is the author and writer for the book, The Way of Kings. And there's a quote in that story, and it's a question. It's a question posed to one of the characters. What is the best step you can take? The answer to that ultimately was the best step you can take is not the first one. It's not the second one. It's always the next one. The best step you can take is always the next one. So understanding that there's no right answer. There's no right answer to decisions. Whatever decision you're struggling with or whatever decision that you're working on and have been procrastinating and trying to get to 100% on, there's really no 100% right answer. There's an informed decision that you can take, but ultimately the best step you can make is to take that decision, take that next step. Otherwise, you risk the consequences of procrastinating that decision, and you think that there's no cost to it. You think that because you haven't taken that decision, everything is safe and you're not losing anything. Not true. You're losing time, you're losing energy, and you're losing peace of mind. Time is the one commodity that we never get back on this earth. The longer you wait, the more time you lose. Opportunities go away. You'll never get them back. Energy. When you spend a lot of energy ruminating and thinking about decisions and not actually making decisions, that means that you're taking that energy away from something else that you could be doing. Somewhere else you could be putting that energy. So you're actually doing yourself a disservice. And peace of mind, because anytime you're struggling with a decision, you're not at peace. There's no peace in your mind. There's no being settled. You're always going to be constantly thinking about that thing. And if you're not thinking about it at top of mind, it's going to be in the back of your head every single second, every single minute of every day. So you're not truly at peace about it. You're losing something when you don't make decisions. It's like standing in a fork in the road all by yourself. You've got 3, 4, 5 roads that you can take. There's nobody around you. There's nobody coming, but you sit there waiting for a sign. You sit there waiting for something to show you which direction you need to go. And trust me, I know this very well because I did this for a lot of years. Sitting there and just waiting, hoping that somebody would show up and point that, hey, that is the right direction. You are on the right path. Go ahead and do it. Most of the time, that's not going to happen. People may give you their opinions. People may nudge you towards a certain path. But ultimately, even they don't know if it's going to be 100% right for you, because things are different for all of us. Life is different for all of us. So you have to understand that you can't just stand there in that fork in the road while life just passes you by and life keeps moving and time keeps moving. There are things that you have to lose. You have to lose something. Nothing is free, especially when it comes to making decisions. There's always a consequence that you have to pay for it. So you have to realize there's no perfect choice. Only that the best choice that you can make is the next decision that you will take. You're stuck because you are choosing to be confused instead of taking the next step. This next episode right here goes even deeper on why playing it safe will cost you a lot of time and a lot of opportunity and regret. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.